Thank you everyone for joining me. This is Suzanne Wagner and we are doing the numerology and the astrology for August 16th, 2020. I took a little bit of time to do this video today because it's been sweltering hot in Northern California, and you can still see it's still hot and I am still sweating, but we are still going to do the numerology and the astrology for August 16th, 2020. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 19, and if you add the 1 and the 9 together, you get the number 10. It's my birthday, and I'm so grateful to be in the 10-1 new beginning year. That means I'm finally out of the 3-year cycle called the dark night of the soul, this very intense, personally transformative cycle where you redefine yourself. I think of 3 years ago where I was, and then compare it to now and the many new things that I have taken on and tried. How having time has broadened my experience, as I have taken on things that were not my forte, and I learned that I have capabilities that I did not realize. I guess you can teach an old dog a new trick. Facing your own fears and embracing your own shadow gives you powers that you cannot understand unless you are willing to let go of your old self and discover that which you have decided you weren't. Your choices that stop and limit you are the illusions of the highest caliber, while each lifetime gives you the DNA and opportunities to expand into new areas. The game of all that life is expansion and growth. All those beliefs you hold in your head are lies. Lies told by your ego and mind to keep you safe and to not let you out until there was a level of certainty, confidence, and desire. Because without those, you will fail. And the universe does not want you to fail. It wants you to succeed. It just has a system of checks and balances to make sure that you look before you leap. Though some of you do the reverse. And that is also part of your plan, your karmic journey. Because some things require a tremendous amount of skill to manifest in a way that can have a great impact. Failure is a tool of success. Sunday is a dynamic and energetic day in the astrology. The sun is in harmony with Mars first thing in the morning, setting the stage for the rest of the day. In the evening, then Mercury follows suit as you are going to bed. This day can push you through a lot of physical energy. Do something to make your body happy. I know in many places it is very hot right now, temperature-wise, but perhaps you might want to go swimming. And there are many things that you could do that would be cooler, like going up into the mountains. Action is the key and the answer to what you are feeling. You know you need to move to make this energy constructive in its expression. Suppression is going to make you antsy and nervous, so go for it. Accomplish many things and you will feel very satisfied and resourceful. When you get certain things to a state that feels more complete, you will feel the stress levels drop. When that happens, you can feel that you can trust your judgment more, and it allows a more free flow to your ideas. It is amazing how much can change with a little confidence. There is more enthusiasm and a deeper desire for conversations where you support focus, learning, and discussions that are constructive. Be aware that there are those out there that still want to hurt others with certain conversations. Do not give them the pleasure of upsetting your day. Such people are parasites and feed on the discomfort of others. They are not worthy of your concern at this time because they are going down a path that you cannot follow and a path that will take you off your intended karmic journey. Let such people go. Let them go on their own merry way. They have to learn things in a method that was not presently correct for you. And that is fine. Know that because Mercury is semi-square to Venus and both of them are in a difficult alignment with Chiron, saying anything might be the wrong thing. Perhaps it's best to say nothing and walk away. In your world, there are huge demands on your time and your sense of responsibility is strong. But know that you also need a personal and private life. You need to get away and have some independence also. In a world where so many things want to pull you off center, it takes a Herculean effort to stay on track and move things past the familiar and into this new and very uncomfortable world. Remind yourself that you have survived worse moments in past lives, and you will survive this moment also. My quote for today: failure is a tool for success. So my blog, 60 years ago, I opted to incarnate into this world. It was such a wonderful opportunity to be in this reality and to allow the massive energy within me to dance and play in this complicated emotional Game of Thrones. I look back and I recognize that I do not have any regrets. Things that I used to think that I regretted are now revealed to be essential steps in maturity and break out of simplistic thinking. I recognize that circumstances could not be other than what they were in those moments. When you have limited capacity to choose, then your choices do not manifest or align as you had intended. I recognize that while my intentions have always been for the greater good, my naivete and wide open heart did not understand the suffering that this planet can hold for many. Therefore, my interactions with others did not produce the outcome that I might have hoped. But that too was perfect. All part of a greater plan that has been guiding me through this density in a way that I could acquire necessary skills. This world is the greatest game of Dungeons and Dragons and much more exciting and interesting. I intend to live as full of a life as possible in this one incarnation. I plan to learn to play and step past feeling responsible for everyone and everything. I know that I'm standing in a doorway that steps me beyond the need for embodiment in this dimension and time. I know that many gifts that I have attempted to share are clearly gifts that this time and place cannot yet entertain. And that is also perfect. Within each of us is a lineage of our home, the place where we are carrying essential truths from our reality, dimension, and expression of the light within. I know that it is the duty of each of us to find a way to give as much of that information into this world as possible, so this beautiful planet can transcend this chronic dimension of suffering. But there are so many that are attached to their positions, their pain, and in their need to cause suffering in others in their pursuit of being right. So, what we can manage to embody at this time is not to give up what we want to give this world, but what this world is ready to receive. Hence, many of us have been reincarnating again and again in order to continue to complete our mission and to share the deepest wisdoms of our home here. We are not done. There is still plenty of time to share. Timing is everything, and for me, clearly, many things that I considered precious will have to continue to wait for the correct moment in this dimension of linear time. What I know is that the messages within me require an environment without such hate and cruelty. What I know is that the truths I hold are precious and fragile. They cannot survive in this type of reality, and I would do a huge disservice to this planet if I pushed them into this world before they were able to be received. Great teachers have hidden things in the land and in this world. They also wait for a moment when the right person comes and aligns in such a way that those sacred keys open spontaneously. I believe that such a time was possible. I believe that such a time was possible in this lifetime. I have not given up yet, but I recognize a frequency all too familiar, a frequency that moves this world towards more war and conflict, a breakdown rather than a breakthrough. But one always follows the other. The energy expenditure is the same, but the intentions are obviously very different. So I will wait until I see that love, compassion, and the deep desire for peace finally supersedes the egos of mankind, and only then will I give the deeper gifts and truths that are intended to work with the hidden secrets of the great teachers of the past. You see, a sacred grid was created on this planet to align it with the cosmic unification process. That process can and will wait, as long as such hate lives in the hearts of so many and corrupts the goodness in this world, then these souls in this planet are not yet mature enough to enable that great expansion. But it will come, and it will happen, and we just have to keep plugging forward.